Hey, Realtor Michael Haynes here with another episode of Restaurants and Real Estate. So this week I took my wife and kids to La Carreta here in Nashua. It's a small local chain of Mexican restaurants in southern New Hampshire. I think they've got maybe 4, 5, 6 restaurants across southern New Hampshire. Always leave happy and full. And this time was no different. So naturally we started with some chips and salsa. The chips were fresh, the salsa was fresh. Just one thing, if they could throw a little more cilantro in the salsa, I would like it a little bit more, but my wife loved it, the kids loved it, it was good, not spicy, so my kids really liked that. And then for an appetizer, we actually got the nachos, which came with beef and chicken. They were really, really good. We were hungry, it was later in the day and we hadn't eaten much, so that plate got devoured. My kids had quesadillas and chicken quesadillas, they were good, and my wife had the taquitos, which I took a bite of that was also good. And then I had the Fajitas del Mar, which basically are just almost like a seafood fajita. There was shrimp, scallops, and a bunch of vegetables, really, really flavorful, delicious. I highly recommend La Carreta if you're in southern New Hampshire and you're looking for good Mexican food. Really, you should check them out. Moving over to the real estate side of things, not much has changed on the interest rate side. The Fed keeps pushing off if they're going to be cutting rates. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Again, time will tell. We're keeping an eye on it. We're going to see what happens. They will probably, hopefully, cut rates. It's an election year, so I mean, they're going to be doing things, pulling strings. But as of right now, they're keeping their things steady, and they can't get inflation under control. So we watch it daily. We are out there, wear your eyes and ears on the interest rate side of things, on the housing side of things. Speaking of housing, inventory is we're pacing higher. More inventory coming on the market this year over last year, which is great. We're about to head into probably one of the slowest times in the selling season from like spring to fall. July is usually a slower month. A lot of people are on vacation. We got 4th of July, and this year 4th of July is on a Thursday, so I can see a lot of people taking that Thursday, Friday off. So if you are thinking about listing a home, I would recommend getting it on before, really next weekend if you can. If not, I'd probably wait till the weekend after 4th. And one thing I did want to mention, I'm talking to a lot of different sellers, and I've heard a lot lately people pushing back on price, saying, "Oh, you get into these multiple offer situations and you sell it for $30,000 or $50,000 over asking. Well, you priced it wrong." And at the end of the day, I mean, everybody's got an opinion on what the home is worth, but the buyer is the one who ultimately writes the check, and the bank is the one who, if it's financed, they send an appraiser to verify that number is accurate. The point here, though, is if you come out, and I hear it and I understand it. I can see why people think that if you go way over asking that maybe you did undervalue the home. But at the end of the day, right now, it's such a competitive market that buyers are having to pay over asking. It could be 30 grand, could be 10 grand, could be 50 grand or 100 grand. What we don't know, and it does vary based on price ranges. But at the end of the day, if a buyer has lost out on 3 or 4 other properties and they've already gone, let's say $30,000 or $40,000 over asking, and they're losing out, the next time a property comes on the market, let's say to your property in particular, that comes on the market, they look at the price and they say, well, geez, I just lost out on 3 other ones and I already went $35,000, $40,000 over asking. So whatever this list price is, I've got to go $35,000 or $40,000 over asking. And I bring this up because it's really, really critical that when you're sitting down with a real estate agent who's pricing your home and going over pricing and marketing strategy, that you listen to what they're saying as far as, here's what I think your house is worth. This is my opinion of value on your house. But the reality is buyers are going to bid it up. If you come out too high, even though your neighbor just sold for $50,000 over asking, you can't come out that high, because what will happen is you lose a lot of your buyers really right off the bat. I mean, they're seeing it come on, and it's what we think it might sell for, but it's now a number that they're saying, okay, I've got to go $35,000 or $40,000 over that. No chance in France. I'm not going that high on that property. So pricing it right is really, really critical right now. And again, lean on your agent. We are in this day in and day out. Hopefully you have an agent in your corner that can advise you on their pricing strategy and their marketing strategy. And if if it doesn't make sense, if you're questioning things, get another opinion, get a third opinion, get a fourth opinion. I mean, we're all agents. We all, we do this as a living. So it's no harm off of your back. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest financial moves in your life. So if you're going to go get open heart surgery, you might want to talk to two doctors. If you're going to sell a $500,000 asset, $1 million asset, you might want to get two opinions. If you feel absolutely comfortable with the first one that comes out and you're just like, man, you know what you're doing, I really understand it, you've laid everything out nicely for me, then that's your choice. Go ahead with that person. But if you're not comfortable, if you're questioning anything, we have a saying, there's no pink flags. There's red flags and then there's no pink flags. If it's like get another opinion. If you have questions on what your house is worth, I'm happy to sit down and go over comparables, comparable sales, and do a marketing analysis and show you, my opinion of value and what my marketing is and how I get my sellers top dollar. Don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help however I can. And last but not least, every week give away a gift card to the restaurant I went to. So congrats this week go out to Holly Breyer. You are the winner of the gift card to La Carreta. So I will be reaching out to you shortly to coordinate getting that gift card to you. And really, if you have any questions, I'm here to help however I can in a very low pressure setting. Whether you're buying or selling or renting, whatever you might be doing, I'm here to help however I can. So shoot me a DM, give me a call, email me, whatever works for you is good for me.